Hello, folks, and welcome back as I bump my head to IO Plays Minecraft. This is episode 5, and it is good to be back. Let's get back into first person mode here, and as you see, we're in a slightly different locale than we have been in previous times, so let's get a little caught up here. I built us a little hidey hole little expanded hidey hole, Kirk J. Max style kind of type of deal here, and I've done a little bit of stuff here. So I've gathered quite a bit of materials up. I've done some farming. You may have noticed a little peek out the window there at some of the animals out there. I'll show you in a second. But done a bit of farming, gathered up some of our valuable stuff and some food, some chicken, done some arrow creation here. And just kind of put all of our stuff into a few different chests so that we kind of know where things are at. Okay, nothing in those. And created us a new little hidey hole, as I said, with a bed, new place to spawn. And I will explain a little bit about all of that here in just a moment. Let's go ahead and go on out, and we will see. Here is our little farming area that I've gone ahead and just done some basic farming. Your taters and your pumpkins and watermelon and all that stuff. And I went ahead and started farming up some cows, breeding some cows. They're all stuck in there. I think there's a chicken or two in there as well with them and some chickens. I just decided to go ahead and start getting some of that stuff done so that we would have the supplies we need to go forward. I felt like as I was exploring around and kept kind of needing a little of this and was nearly starving to death and eating a little of that and run out of this and all this kind of stuff. Hello, Mr. Creeper out there and Mr. Zombie. So that is where we're at right now as far as the levels of stuff. We've got a little kind of mini hidey hole base type of thing and a little farming area going on here so that I could make your sugar cane and your food and all that type of stuff. So why is it not a treehouse? Well, I'll get into more of that in a bit here, but our treehouse location was over here, and as you'll recall, last episode I had said I wanted to set up a treehouse kind of up in here. I got to building it, and I actually tried a couple of different skeleton. I see you. Saw you. There you are. Uh-huh. What's up, dude? Oh, that's what's up. Okay. All right, then. Off you go. I got to building and I just found I couldn't quite get the size to work, and I'm not a great builder to begin with. Let's check our back, make sure no one's sneaking up on us. So I kept trying different things. I went into creative mode and tried a bunch of different stuff, and I just wasn't able to really get it to work very well. And plus I had done some more exploring around the area while I was waiting for crops to grow and things like that, and waiting to be able to breed animals, whatnot. I thought I'd, do a little walking around, and I found some really cool other spots around here. Where'd you go? Mr. Zombie. Hey, man. How's it going? All right. So I found some other cool spots. So what I thought I would do is show you guys the progress I've made here with just getting some basic, farming type stuff done, and then we'd go on a little adventure here. But first, we have something we need to take care of, and that is the reason why we went and got those diamonds was so that we could enchant. Oops. So we wanted to make an enchantment table, but we need a couple of ingredients first. First, of course, we're going to need to make the diamond pickaxe so that we can get the other ingredient, which we need, of course, which is obsidian. So I need to go back down and get some obsidian, so I thought that I would run down there and grab some of that and just record any parts that are particularly interesting while we're going down there to get some obsidian, and then come back up and we'll go ahead and make our enchantment table. And then after that, I believe we will go do a little bit of exploring around the area, and I'll show you some of the other spots that I was thinking about building on, and we can kind of get a look as the sun comes up. We can get a bit of a more of a look of kind of some other spots. There's a really cool spot over either this hill or just beyond it, and then there was another really cool one kind of back over that way. Let's do this. Just to be sure. And let's just hope nobody's coming up and sneaking up on me. This would be the time that they would do it, when I can't look up. Alright. Piece 1 has been obtained. I won't make you sit through all of this. On our way back up. I just love the way this looks down here. This is just... Oh, hello, Enderman. Beef wouldn't want to see you up there. Mr. Vintage Beef. Go check him out if you haven't already. Anyway, headed back up. Here we go. Okay, so we needed some books. And for that we need... Do I not have any regular... I don't have any books at all. Okay, so I have to make books. Okay, so let's make some books. There's my leather. There we are. Got some books made. And we can put that stuff... Whoops. Put that back. Now, we only needed one, but I'm gonna do a bunch of enchanting of books anyway, so... Voila! We have our enchantment table! Huzzah! Okay, well, I guess we'll put that right there for now. And we may as well just go ahead and enchant. Let's take a look at our armor here. You know, it's beat up enough to where we may as well just make new stuff. That's why I brought the block of iron out. So we could maybe do that, and also perhaps make a anvil. I told you, when I'm trying to focus on stuff, I can't make my mouth move and do the thing I'm trying to do at the same time. Hello, hello. Careful out there now. Okay, so we're gonna do this, and we need a pair of pants as well. I didn't make pants, right? Right. Okay. I may have had a helmet in here somewhere, actually. Or some boots, yeah. Oh well. That's fine. So we're just going to take our typical unbreaking. Well, we might change that. Okay, there we got a protection. And a protection. We're just taking our level 1, you know, basic stuff. Cool. Protection. And so I guess we need to make another iron helmet and get some protection. Maybe some projectile protection on there. Couldn't hurt. Give me projectile. Okay, protection 1. That's fine. I'll put the unbreaking helmet in here with the other stuff just so I have something in case, you know, you keep stuff just in case you die or whatever. So we've got our, whoops, we have our enchanted armor now. Woohoo, look at us all glowy with a pair of boots. Okay. Next thing we're going to do here, I've thought about what I ought to make with the other 2 diamonds, and, you know, I could make a sword, but I think what I'm going to do is actually just keep them for now, because an enchanted sword is, you know, pretty good enough, but we'll go ahead and make a new sword, I guess, and we'll leave this one for, again, a rainy day, so to speak, not this particular rainy day. Let's see how we do on this. Knockback. Not really what I had in mind. Let's make another. And what is it going to be? Sharpness 1. We will take it. So, we've got our anvil made, or our enchantment table made. We've got 2, 3. I think, yeah, it's just 3. Stuff to make an anvil, so why don't we do that? Got an anvil made. I guess I'll make a new bow. So that I start out with all new, fresh stuff with new enchants. Are you guys like that? Do you do that kind of stuff? Like when you have decently good armor, but when you are going to enchant stuff, do you make all new enchants? Or make all new equipment for the stuff you're going to enchant so that you have like totally new, fresh, make the most of it kind of thing? That's what I do. I don't know. So, yeah, I think it is time to take you out and show you some of the other places that I was thinking about doing some building. What time is it? Nighttime? Let's go ahead and sleep the night off. And in the morning we will go and we will try to find some of these places that I have found to do some potential building at. Alright, so let's go. Let's go explore the landscape a little bit more here. Because that is something, look at all these eggs. I am going to have to kill off some of these chickens for sure. But as I was saying, that is something that I have not really done too much of with you guys since we did quite a bit of caving. And there's only really been, you know, just 4 episodes up until now, this being the 5th episode. The 5th whole episode. We're going to ignore that creeper and we're just going to keep right on going like we don't even care that he's there, except for we do have to go around this tree. And so I was kind of wanting to try to get maybe a little bit more view of the awesome mesa biome that we started out in, that we spawned in. And so I thought, well, let's try and see if we go a little further over this direction, if we can see more of it. And I don't know if you can see it. Sometimes you kind of got to look out of like the corner of your eye a little bit. And I might have to turn up the number. Let's just double check that real quick. Video settings. Yeah. Okay. It may not be quite at this spot. One thing I wanted to show though was this spot right here. I first kind of found it, and I'll do kind of get up here. Woo! Let's not fall. And then sort of look up so you can see. Look at the view from this spot. Weird how it kind of removes the stuff you're looking directly at. I wonder what that's about. But this view right here I thought was just totally beautiful, and it's incredible with the sunrises and the sunsets, because you know the sun rises over here and it sets over there, and so it looks really cool. So this was one of my spots, and you can see I built this tower here. I'm not sure if I don't think I mentioned what this tower here is. I built this to remind myself of where our ladder down to the stronghold that we have in this world is, so that I would never forget where it was. So I built a big, huge, towering block of stone and put lights all over it. And if I don't be careful, I'm going to die coming down this way. Let's take the easy way out. If I don't fall off the water stream itself. Okay, so that was one spot. Another spot, let's go a little further over here, that I wanted to show you, had a little bit more of the mesa biome, obviously, in its view, but less of some of the other area that you could see over this way, since it's obviously further over on this side. But down over this way, there's some cool trees. I thought it might be cool to build in between, maybe one of these trees over here, or a few of these tall trees, maybe even plant a couple of them, and trying to get them to grow in a specific way so that we could see more of the ferns that are right in front of me, so that we could see more of this mesa biome, as well as this deserty kind of biome. And I don't know whether we'll be able to see it from this spot. I'm just gonna kind of try. Yeah, there's this kind of marshy area over here. So it's like this convergence of all this different. If we get up high enough, you can really see it. So yeah, so you can see this kind of mountainy area. Yeah, that's the block that I put to mark to remind myself. I forgot about that. But you can see lots of the mesa biome there in one sort of corner, and then this marshy and water, and then the mountains and this beautiful kind of. I mean, I just this world has so much to offer us in terms of cool locations. Just look at this. I mean, that's cool as hell, right? Or am I crazy? I don't know. Maybe I'm just kind of a goof for Minecraft. I know actually there's a lot of folks who really get into it like I do. Uh, there goes our pick. So, I'm going to go ahead in the interest of time and just head on over to another spot. Okay, so another cool spot that I found that I kind of considered building in was this spot right here, kind of in this little valley. And you can see we're on the other side of the trees where these kind of weird rock formations that I was talking about, that kind of have a sort of a strange animal kind of look to them. Those are the trees in the distance that we were considering building our treehouse. So this is on the other side of that in this kind of little valley. And I just kind of thought it was interesting and kind of a cool little spot in here. Not real super special, mainly for this sort of other side view. But you can see the sun goes down right, not quite totally in between, but it makes for just a really interesting sunset. So that was kind of another cool spot that I thought about building. Another spot that since it's right here, I'll just run over, thought about building was on top of this little hill. This hill, because it's fairly prominent in the area and has kind of a cool view. I really love the variety of landscape that this world offers, and at least in this particular area. So I thought now for the last bit of the episode, this looks like a little man standing there to me, doesn't it? Almost like a large Enderman. To me, and first time I saw that, I looked up. It kind of freaked me out. But anyway, for the last few minutes of the episode, I thought I would do a little bit of just sort of wandering around this area so that you would get a little better sense of what the area is like. Okay, so I went ahead and went to sleep, and we got a brand new fresh morning. Sun's over that on the other side of that hill. And I thought what I would do is explore around the area a little bit just so you guys have a better sense of kind of the area around here and what it looks like. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about in this episode is something kind of near and dear to my heart, something that matters more in the real world. And one of those things is the fact that the YouTube Let's Play and gamer community does so much charity. They do a lot of fundraising, and they do quite a bit of hard work. A lot of people have come together. Hello, Piggy. And hello, Mr. Pumpkin. And they've come together to raise money for particular charities like Child's Play Charity, which, if you have not heard of it, oh, another scary cave. I'm tempted. Oh, I'm tempted. Ah, but it doesn't go anywhere. Haha. All right. It was not to be. If you haven't heard of Child's Play Charity, it is a really pretty popular with gamers in particular, because it is a charity that strives to get books and video games and comic books and this kind of thing into the hands of kids in hospitals who are struggling and trying to survive things like cancer and other, terminal and very serious illnesses. And I just think that is one of the coolest things about YouTube and the communities that have come up around YouTube, is that they are such incredible venues for crowdsourcing, just a little bit of money that everybody can contribute that will all add up to really making a difference in people's lives, whether that's for a business ambition, woohoo, that was close, a business ambition to help, like a Kickstarter kind of thing, or whether it's for Child's Play or other charities to help people who are unfortunate or in various unfortunate circumstances. I have my own personal uh, strong kind of feelings toward disabilities, and I mentioned that a little bit in first or second episode of this Let's Play, that I have a disease called ankylosing spondylitis. I thought I'd just take a brief second and talk about that. Essentially, ankylosing spondylitis, or AS as it's typically abbreviated, is a rheumatological disease which involves inflammation of the spine. Um, the spine, often the neck is involved. It can really be any joints, but it's pretty particular to areas of the spine like the pelvis, the sacroiliac joints, which are kind of the joints that connect your legs and your pelvis together, essentially, roughly speaking. It causes a lot of inflammation and a lot of pain. And I'm just kind of looking around while I walk here, looking out for those creepers that I'm sure are going to be sneaking up on me any minute now. So, anyway, that particular illness has caused enormous change in my life, and it's made me really motivated as I've been learning this last, couple of years how to cope better with it. It's helped me to really realize how little we actually do as a society for folks that are struggling with things like that. That if you don't have a real close-knit family, or if you live far away from your family maybe, or if your family, if you're close and you're loving, but you're just not really good at talking about things like that, it can make you feel very alienated. And that isn't necessarily deliberate on anybody's part, but it can make you feel that way. And so you end up with this incredible struggle of how to just stay positive, all kind of sort of by yourself, or at least feeling very much alone with the struggle. And that's true of anything, disability, depression, whatever it is. So I have this sort of deep desire now that it's been sort of building in me to dedicate a part of my life to helping people that are struggling with, particularly people that are new coming to accepting their disease, and or people who are just not come to terms with it. So that will be a part of what I talk about in this format, in this channel. I'll talk about my illness and some of my experiences with it, and how I'm learning to cope with it, and how I've failed, things I think I could have and should have done better. Sounds like we have some friends down below. So yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit about that. And if you are somebody who has any of this, a disability or any kind of struggle that you are trying to cope with or whatever, and you'd like to just talk to someone else who's been through a pretty challenging, rough haul, I'll be honest, it's been really, really difficult this last 4 or 5, 6 years. Leave a comment or shoot me a personal message on YouTube. I'm happy to offer whatever thoughts or offer a pair of ears. It's all just mountains around here, isn't it? Beautiful though. Cool terrain. But yeah, I'm willing to lend, always willing to lend a pair of ears, and I'm hoping that I would like to get into doing a lot of that same kind of thing that folks like Kurt and the Mindcrack folks and the Yogscast folks and so many others do, which is, doing charity live streams, that kind of stuff. I'm definitely interested. Once I've kind of built up the channel a little more, gotten some attention for the channel, and gotten a sense of, a little more direction as to where the channel's going and who the audience for the channel will be and that kind of thing. Woohoo! I've gotten lucky a number of times, just talking along here and walking off the side of cliffs and not having to pay the price. Been lucky with that. But anyway, so you get the sense what I'm saying. I'd like to do something very positive with this channel. Not just because it's a good way. I mean, it is a good way to help get positive attention towards your channel, and perhaps some people rather cynically, perhaps some people just simply do it for that reason. But for me, I mean, I've had a serious challenge with disability and depression as a result of it, to the point that it was very hard to even admit that I was depressed to myself or to anyone else. Especially as a man, that's something that's really tough for guys to do, to admit that something's really getting them down and getting the best of them. That's tough for us. It can be really difficult. But the sooner you face the fact that you're struggling with it, the sooner you can get onto the business of accepting that it's a challenge that you have to rise to, and that is easier said than done by far. But you're never going to get anywhere if you don't admit first that yes, you have some pretty serious challenges going on for you, and you need to rise to them. And some of that involves being in the right place at the right time, and some of it involves the process of growing and whatever else. But anyway, before I go too far, we've got some horses. All right, we've got a new area we've discovered here. We're probably getting fairly close to the end of our time here with this particular episode. I realize that today was kind of more of a talk episode. How's it going, horses? Yeah, right on. Well, this seems like a pretty good way to end it. Surrounded by the little corner of the mesa biome here and the little horses with the sunset. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I really appreciate you guys watching. Obviously, right now, at the moment this is being recorded, there's only a couple of people who have really seen any of this, but as it grows, for mainly you folks in the future, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you watching. And like I said, if you have issues or things you'd like to talk about, leave a comment, or whatever it is. Leave a comment, let me know what's going on in your life, and we can start a discussion. I'd like this community to be about more than just pure entertainment. I'd kind of like it to be about an experience together of different conversations, and perhaps we can, bring some positivity to the world. I like that idea very much. So, as always, thank you very much for watching and helping me with your comments and finding a good spot here to select. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you in episode 6 of our Minecraft Let's Play. We'll see you in the next episode.